Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to start with tell me what Toyota Mother of Invention means. What is a Toyota Mother of Invention?
A Toyota Mother of Invention is simply a phenomenal woman who has an idea, and that idea is addressing some of the world's most pressing problems. This is a woman who's an innovator, who's just trying to find a way to make the community that she lives and in the world generally a better place by tackling the things that really hadn't been addressed before.
And tell me a little bit about Toyota's support of women and women in the innovation and entrepreneurship field. Why did Toyota want to do that, and how did that happen?
Well, so Toyota has been a sponsor of Women in the World since 2012. And simply, we want to support women and girls wherever we can to help them pursue their dreams and to inspire them and to provide them funds to help them get their work done. That's an important imperative for us. As you know, we are a automotive company. We're heavy into innovation. We're heavy into research and design. And so when we can connect with women in the community who too are passionate about innovation and trying to make things better for the world and deliver better products, then that's just a match made in heaven.
And why women?
Well, why not? Women, first of all, are dynamic and can do anything, I'm convinced. But I think that women probably are underserved in some respects. They may not have access to funding and resources that, say, perhaps men do. And so we want to be a difference maker. And we think there's a great opportunity to be a difference maker by supporting women and girls.
And so you've spent, I guess, the past 3 days at Women in the World, and I'm sure you've seen all sorts of panels and interacted with all sorts of people. Can you just tell me what the highlight was for you, what you saw, or you know, who you spoke to, or what panel?
Wow. There were so many highlights, so many ranges of emotion. Sister Rosemary is just incredibly inspiring because I had a chance to speak with her at dinner, and she told me about how her mother really instilled in her that she needed to learn a skill, that she needed to learn how to sew, and she needed to learn how to make shoes. And at the time, she had no interest in that, but she learned. And then when the opportunity came to help young girls who've been mistreated, who've been neglected, who've been abused, she teaches them that skill so that they can gain confidence and pride in themselves and help to replace some of the things that has been taken away from them. The North Korean girl, you know, I think so many of us, not just in the United States, but in other parts of the world, really don't know what it means to be free. They don't know what it means to be able to pursue dreams and live in a safe, protective environment. The things that she had to endure were simply unspeakable. And the courage she had to keep going. If I could say one thing about this conference, is that it gives women and the men in the audience and anybody who's listening the power to go that one further step, to keep pressing forward in the face of great adversity. That's just an amazing thing for me.
That's great. And as a powerful woman and as a woman in a leadership role, what's the most important piece of advice you've gotten that has sort of helped you along your path?
Well, I'll go back to Sister Rosemary. She was telling me that she has given a commencement speech to some students here in the U.S. And I said, well, what are you going to talk about? And she said, I'm going to talk about failure. I'm going to talk about the fact that you cannot succeed until you fail. And I think that has been something that resonates with me. You cannot be afraid of failure. You have to embrace it, because when it happens, it means you're on the right road. and it means you just press forward. If I can add one more, it would be confidence. And I think we saw that in some of the presentations today. I think that women can do anything, but sometimes what they may lack, if you were to generalize, is confidence. They've got the smarts, they've done all the work, but maybe they don't think in themselves that they can do it. And so for me, confidence has been a big part of my career. And when I have a chance to talk to women who are coming up in the profession, or just generally, I tell them, be confident in yourself, believe in yourself, because if you don't, there's a chance no one else will.
I'm sure, like I said, you're an inspiration for so many women. Who inspires you? Who is your role model? Who do you draw inspiration from?
Wow. Well, so many people. I could start with my mother, who raised 4 children on a school teacher's salary in Beaumont, Texas, and managed to keep us all on the straight and narrow. My oldest sister is a professor of medicine at Emory. My middle sister is a middle school administrator. My brother's a lawyer, as am I. The next generation going in the same direction. It's my mother who did that. And she didn't do it with a lot of, you got to do this, you got to make these A's. She lived an exemplary life. She refused to give up even in the face of adversity. So she's my role model. Someone I draw inspiration from now is Oprah Winfrey. I have followed her in her career pretty much since the beginning, and to watch the evolution in her as she's learned things along the way has been very inspiring to me. And some of the things I think about that she said that seemed to impact me most is, in life you have to feel comfortable with where you are, and you've got to get in peace, in alignment with that. You've got to be intentional. And so now when I have a chance to talk to women and aspiring professionals, I tell them, what's your intention? What is it that you really want to do? What are you trying to achieve here? As opposed to maybe doing a little scattershot. I think my life at some points was a little scattershot. And now I'm being much more intentional because I realize that that's how you focus on whether what you are pursuing, it's what's in your heart, it's your passion, it's your goal. Because if it's not, you shouldn't be doing it.
And my final question, unless there's more, I was just going to ask, what's next for Mothers of Invention?
Wow. Well, to me, the next stop is the moon, because I think they're going to just shoot straight up in terms of what they are able to do in their organizations. For Toyota, what we hope to do next year is actually get a nomination from our online website to find that next mother of invention. And I'm looking forward to that, because that's going to broaden the whole thing and give us access to so many great women. And I think that it's great to recognize a woman in her organization and give her funding. And I've heard some great stories about what the Mothers of Invention have done with the funds that Toyota has provided. But I hope through this process somebody hears about this and says, well, I've got a good idea. And maybe I've just been sitting on it. Again, we are a company of innovation, and we want to unlock that potential. And so I'm as excited about that as much as I am about who's going to be the next mother of invention. I think this is a wonderful thing, and I'm just very privileged to be a part of it.